Today we're going to be looking at the mom's statements. This is Malehya Brooks-Murray, the mother to Lilly and Jack Sullivan, the two siblings ages 6 and 4, who went missing from Lansdowne, Nova Scotia, May the 2nd. September 2nd was 4 months, and there is still no information on their whereabouts or what happened to them. In today's video, we're going to be looking at statements that Malehya Brooks-Murray, the mother, gave to RCMP. These statements come from the documents that the court recently released at the request of Canadian Press, CP, the Globe and Mail, and CBC. These are RCMP documents from the investigation that they have been carrying out in regards to the case. Now, these statements are particularly of interest because Brooks-Murray, the mom, has only ever given one interview, and that was to the CTV, and that was on, I believe it was May 3rd. I believe it was the day after the children went missing, and that day was May 2nd. Since then, Brooks-Murray has not she hasn't given any interviews. She hasn't given any statements of any kind. So these statements were provided to the RCMP. 2 statements were provided on May 2nd and on May 3rd, and one on May 4th. And the following is a summary of what she said, what she told to RCMP. On the day Jack and Lilly went missing, she heard them playing in the other room and was going in and out of sleep. Lilly came in the room around, and that's redacted, a couple of times. Daniel was sleeping the whole time and didn't really wake up. So that's somewhat important. As we have heard in the past, those who have followed the case, there has been this discrepancy as to who heard the children, who was sleeping, who was awake, and it goes back and forth. Daniel has said that he was awake and Malehya was sleeping, and Malehya said in her statement to CTV that they were sleeping and woke up. Let's see what she did say to the CTV.
Just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up, and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, "Do you hear the kids?" And he says, "No." And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal. and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
Okay, so carrying on, this just continues on saying that she didn't hear them anymore around, and again, that's redacted. So she got up and they couldn't find them, so they called 911. The police came and got statements. Everyone was frantically searching for them. Malehya did not think this would take days. Malehya discussed what happened earlier in the week. The kids went to school on Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday was a professional development day, so they were off. She kept them home on Thursday and Friday. Malehya said she doesn't remember what they did on Wednesday. Specifically, she gave a detailed description of what happened on Thursday. I don't see anything that really jumps out at me on this that's any different or that adds to anything that we already know. I will just comment that it's interesting she can't remember what they did on Wednesday, but there may be any number of reasons for that. She may be suffering from a lack of sleep, stress, anxiety, who knows. But anyway, I just wanted to include that so that you know what the statement said. As I said, we've only got the one interview from her, so these are interesting. In this section, we do learn a couple of interesting things about Malehya's personality, her behavior. As well, we learn something entirely new about what Lilly was wearing, which I don't recall hearing anywhere else. And again, I just want to sort of put out there that quite often the initial reports will be more accurate than later reports. I will put in a little bit of a caveat there, and that is to say, sometimes over time, memory will improve. You will remember things you had forgotten. If you are in a state of stress or anxiety, and that could be the case here as to why the clothing that Lilly was wearing changed and altered a little bit. But nonetheless, it's interesting to note. So the first highlighted section states, Malehya said she tidied the house throughout the day and looked after the kids. She said she also scrolled her phone at one point because she was overstimulated. We're talking here about Thursday because remember she had stated that she couldn't remember what happened on Wednesday, right? And I'll just read through this. She had redacted in New Glasgow in the afternoon on Thursday, and she and Daniel went with all the kids. They drove her 2017 Nissan Pathfinder. They went to the big stop for gas, and they thought they might have gotten the kids bagels at Tim Hortons. Daniel stayed in the car with the kids when she got and redacted. Then they went to Starbucks drive-through before going home. In the evening, she was going to do some cleaning, but she was too tired. The kids were watching a show on TV. She put Lilly and Jack to bed first, then Meadow, and then went to bed herself. So here comes the highlighted section. So I'm just zooming in on this section a little bit so that you can see it a bit better. Lilly was wearing pink sweater and pink pajamas with white shapes and a Barbie top with pink socks. Her hair was shoulder length and her backpack was beside her. Jack was wearing black sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a diaper as he was only partially trained. Okay. Now, this is interesting because for those who have not followed the case, they may not be aware, but anybody who has, they will find this really interesting because in subsequent reports, what we hear is that the children, in fact, went to bed in their clothes. Remember, this is Thursday she's talking about. And Malehya had stated that she was too tired. She didn't want to sort the laundry that they had done because they had done laundry on Wednesday. This is what she has forgotten about. And so the children went to bed in their clothes. So here she's saying that Lilly was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas. So that's the first that we've heard of that. There was never any mention about pajamas. As I said, she stated the kids went to bed in the same clothes that they were wearing that day because she was too tired to sort the laundry and get pajamas. So I wonder, because she can't seem to remember what happened on Wednesday, I'm almost wondering if she is mixing the days up here. Maybe that is what Lilly was wearing on the Wednesday night to bed, was the pink pajamas and the Barbie top. I don't know. But anyway, this is interesting. This is, again, new information. I follow the case religiously, and I've never, ever heard her mention pink pajamas. So that's just an interesting thing, again, just to note. So we're going to run into our first problem here, our first discrepancy. I'm going to just point out to you why I just get a sense here that Malehya, in giving her statement to police, was getting Wednesday and Thursday night mixed up. I just have that feeling, and I'll explain why. All right, this is Thursday night, and this is Malehya's statement, and it's Thursday night. We know that because, remember, she said she couldn't remember what they did on Wednesday. So she instead gave a full account of what happened on Thursday. Do you remember that? Okay. So this is Thursday. Malehya says they were late getting to bed that night and went around 9 p.m. They usually go around 7 p.m. And then she goes into the fact that Lilly was wearing a pink sweater and pink pajamas, okay? All right. Now, remember Janie's statement about the kids being at school Monday and Tuesday, that Wednesday was the in-service day, and the kids were around, but then they went to the grandmother's house to do laundry and did not get home until 10 p.m. That was Wednesday night. So they were home and the children would have gone to bed late Wednesday night. The Thursday, in, again, subsequent reports, we'll hear that they went to town. They went to New Glasgow. They stopped at stores and gas stations and, Starbucks and Tim Hortons and whatnot. But I believe, and we'll see, but I think they got home in and around 3:15, 4 o'clock, maybe p.m., 3:45, somewhere around there. They didn't get home late Thursday night. So I believe that Malehya is actually talking about Wednesday night and not Thursday. But just bear that in mind as we work through these documents. But I think we'll find that statement changes somewhat yet again as we move through them. In this section here, we're going to see her say, something that she says actually at least, I believed at least 2 times, if not more. And she says here, Daniel stayed up. He said he was going to clean the house for her, but it wasn't clean when she got up, so she doesn't know what he did. Normally, he did little projects around the house at night and fixed things. So, yeah, we see Malehya actually say in a few different ways, on a few different occasions, that she doesn't know what Daniel did that night. And she also, you'll see her say that she slept through the night. And we're going to take a look at that. Another note about this section, too, I just wanted to add. Some of your alarm bells at this point might be going off, thinking, aha, Malehya's throwing Daniel under the bus here, saying she doesn't know what he did that night. She doesn't know what time he got to bed. But that's not really the case, because we'll see that she will later say that she heard the kids that morning. So I think she's just simply stating this as a matter of fact, that she doesn't know what time Daniel came to bed because she slept throughout the night. She wasn't disturbed, and she doesn't know what he did because the house wasn't clean when she got up. So I think she's just making statements. I don't think she's trying to throw anybody under the bus here. Okay, so in this section here, this is Malehya just talking about the fact that they got up at 6 a.m. That's when the alarm went off. And this is Friday morning. Again, this is going in chronological order. So previously, she was absolutely talking about Thursday night. But again, it was Wednesday that they had the late night, unless the kids went to bed late both nights. But if so, there's no explanation as to what was going on Thursday night that was different, because she said that the kids went to bed a couple of hours later than usual, because they usually go to bed at 7. So here, Friday morning, her alarm goes off at 6 a.m. It goes off again at 6:15, which was when she used a school app to mark the kids as being away. Malehya heard the kids playing in the other room, and it goes on and on. So the interesting piece here, and I'm just going to bring it up for you. Okay, she says, Malehya said she did not think the kids had changed their clothes from the night before, and Lily's backpack was gone, so she assumed she had it with her. She described it as a corduroy cream colored backpack and strawberries on it. Now, she didn't think the kids had changed their clothes from the night before. So she had just said that she thought Lily was in pajama pants, and she gave a full description. The other thing that you will note is that I believe it was Janie had said that they got home about 3-ish. We'll see that. And the kids were playing outside, picking worms and centipedes. And anyway, I'm thinking, again, I'm going to reiterate, I really think that there's a mix-up between Wednesday and Thursday night. This is Thursday night, so they've been home, or should have been home, since late afternoon. The laundry was done the night previously. So anyway, and it goes on. Lily and Jack's boots were gone. Lily was wearing size 13 rainbow pink boots, and Jack was wearing size 10 blue dinosaur boots. That's interesting to me, because somewhere, and I can't recall where it was stated that the RCMP went out and bought size 11 boots in order to see if they could match the boot print that was found. But Jack is wearing size 10 and Lily is wearing size 13. So that's interesting. If anybody remembers where it was stated that the RCMP purchased size 11 boots, please put it in the comments. I do remember hearing it. I can't remember from where, though. The other point worth noting, too, it's been a very, very long time since I had little people. Would there be a huge difference in a boot size 10 and a boot size 11, as in matching a boot print? Because it would be quite shocking if the RCMP actually had the wrong boot size that they were trying to match. Carrying on, one of the questions that had been floating around for months was what time the kids caught the bus. And here, Malehya has stated that they usually get up at 6:15. And she gets them out to the bus by 7:28 a.m. And the bus stops in their driveway. We also know from these documents, which I haven't shown yet, the RCMP did take video surveillance from the school buses, both inside and out, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm going to stop it here, and we'll keep looking at these, see if anything really significant pops out. But let me know in the comments what you think, if you agree that maybe the Wednesday and the Thursday night are all mixed up, and let me know what you think about that boot print size. I mean, I would think that it should be a relatively significant difference if a child, if they actually do have a size 10 and they actually do have a size 11 boot. There has to be a significant difference in it. Otherwise, a child would just wear a size 11 or a size 10. Anyway, let me know. Please like and share this video. Sharing the video is really important. These videos on the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case are being done to, bring awareness to the case. There's still a lot of people out there that are either not even aware of it, or they assume the children have been found. So it's really important if you could just do your part by sharing, and also follow, if you're interested in the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case, follow along. I do cover other cases, but the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case is very, very close to my heart. I've been following it since the beginning, and we will be going through these documents, and we will be covering anything and everything to do with Lilly and Jack Sullivan in order to do our part in bringing them home and bringing closure to this case. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to all my followers and my subscribers over on TikTok. Without your support, I couldn't do what I do. Thank you so much.